What's up, everyone? Welcome to Play Hard and Love Big Radio. My name is Nick Clark, and I'm co hosting today with my wife, Katie Clark. Play Hard and Love Big Radio is the official podcast of Spotted Dog Yoga and Sup Shop based out of Folsom, California. Play Hard and Love Big Radio is dedicated to bringing you the people and the stories that will help inspire you to be the greatest version of yourself. Check us out at spotteddogyoga.com. We have an amazing topic for the fans today, huh, Katie? Let me swing it over to you and you can
Yeah,
let us know what
we
we're
do.
talking about. What are we talking about?
We are talking about how to focus on the process and enjoy where you are in life versus wishing it was something else, someone else, somewhere else, different than what it is. Yeah.
So what do you think is your natural tendency in regards to enjoying the process?
Well, I think that I used to be wanting things to be a different way than they are from a young age. Like I remember being in school, it in like elementary school was like, oh, I just can't wait till I'm in junior high. In junior high, I can't wait till I'm in high school. In high school, I can't wait till I'm in college. In college, I can't wait till I'm done with college. That's how I remember things for myself. But since starting a yoga and meditation practice, which was in my late 20s, I'm so much more okay with just being in the moment and how things are. And I'm so thankful that that happened for me before having kids because so many people, like, I mean, they've said it, people have said it to both of us, but when we first had kids and even now, people that have kids that are grown are like, oh, well, enjoy every minute of it because they're not going to be little for long. And I can see when it's hard, when it's challenging, especially, the ages that our children are right now, 5 and 3. I see how it could be easy to wish it was different. Like, oh, it'll be so much easier when they're this age. Oh, it'll be so much easier when they're this age, which it probably won't be because every age, I'm sure, comes with its own set of challenges. But for me, that has been the greatest gift from my yoga and meditation practice, I think, is having that now and having had that before having kids and being able to just be with it as it is.
Yeah, it can be easy to kind of wish that it was different than it was in the moment if you're focused on what's wrong, I feel like, and that's for me been the biggest shifts that I've had as a parent is just knowing that and recognizing that everything that is happening for a reason. The kids are acting a certain way for a certain reason. And it's up to me to respond in a way that is positive around those things and to just remember that the times are special and that where we are is exactly where we're supposed to be, where our kids are is exactly where they're supposed to be, and I feel like when I approach our parenting or my life a little bit more from a place of presence, that I actually enjoy it so much more, right? And I'm not as frustrated, I'm not as worried about getting it right. I just have more of a faith that things are going to be okay and that things will turn out the way that they're supposed to. And when I'm not present, I'm more worried. I'm like afraid of the way that things are going to turn out. And then what happens for me is that I stop obviously enjoying the process and I start working towards creating um, more money or creating more activities or doing things that ultimately take away from my enjoyment because I find that I'm more busy than I am just present and focused on what's happening in the way that it is right now. Does that
Yeah,
make sense?
presence is the key to focusing on the journey, the process. Because every part of the process is happening right now. So if you're not present, if you're wanting something to be different, if you're looking to the end goal, to the future thing that may or may not happen, then you're missing out on the process, which is the moment right now as it goes. And presence is the key. And so that's why I mentioned my yoga and meditation practice is something that gave me access to that, is because I feel like that gets me in my body. It gets me present. And learning the difference for myself of being present or not being present. Like, I know when I'm not present. I know. But I don't think I had that awareness before. But now, because I have that awareness, I can, if I get distracted or get like it, in my thoughts, or like worrying, thinking about the future versus like just being in the moment, I can make a shift. Whereas before, I would get stuck in that.
Do you feel like some people are born more naturally present than others? Like, I feel like my experience of you over the last, geez, how long have we been together? 15 years?
12 years.
12 years. Over the last 12 years has been that you're very present a majority of the time. And maybe it's that I'm not aware of when it is that you're not present, but I'm just curious if some people are just born with a more natural presence than
Well,
others.
here's the thing though, is see, we met after I started doing yoga. So there's like in my recollection of myself and my experience of my life, there's a pre-yoga and a post-yoga way. And the pre-yoga way was worried, fearful, distracted, like wanting what I didn't have, not wanting what I had, that kind of thing. And then post yoga has been what I've described, which is like more present. And it's because I don't think I knew I wasn't present before. Like, I didn't know I wasn't. And so once I made that awareness connection and I'm able to distinguish the two for myself, then it's like so easy for me to become present again. Like, I'm not distracted for very long because I notice it and then I bring it back. So I think that's why you experienced me that way. And
Yeah.
I am now. Like, I feel like I'm very present most of the time. Like, I don't have a hard time with that. Um and I notice, like, I think sometimes for you it's harder, it seems harder. We've talked about this before, to like turn something off that you're doing and just move to the next thing, be
Yeah.
present. But you can, and you do, and you're totally that way, but maybe it's just a little bit more challenging for you, it seems like, to come back to presence.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking a little bit earlier about perfectionism. And I
Hmm.
think that what's really interesting is that I'm not necessarily concerned about things looking perfect or being perfect, but I am concerned about the outcome of the things that I do and what I create over a longer period of time. And I know that when I have a lot of tasks and that need to be done by a specific point in time, that I like get overwhelmed, and I really do, like you said, I have a hard time turning it off. And I have found that my access to that, to turning it off and to getting present, is to get into my body, whether it's through yoga or biking or playing basketball. But also I get into my like presence and get into my body by connecting with other people, and having like really wonderful conversations with you, or slowing down and having like the little conversations with our kids or your parents or people just in general. That really like gets me grounded in my body. And when I'm not doing those things, when I'm not working out, when I'm not in conversations and I'm in front of the computer all the time and I'm in my head, then it becomes really overwhelming for me and it's hard to turn it off. And so I do believe that balance is a huge part for me in finding trust and faith and enjoyment in the process. And I know recently for me, that's been a big thing, is like really taking a look at where I'm spending my time and how much time I'm spending in different areas of my life, and noticing and recognizing where it is that I really want to put my time, and whether or not those areas in which I'm putting my time into are actually feeding me or nourishing me, or if they're actually depleting me. And then,
Yeah.
making decisions based off for myself and for our family that are based off of whether or not it's feeding me or whether or not it's depleting me, and trying to find a place more balanced where my spirits are lifted and I'm happy dad, you know?
Right. Yeah. Well, and I mean, to what you're saying, I've noticed since your workload changed that you are having less of a hard time turning off work, coming out and doing family stuff, being with the kids. So, yeah, it's balance for sure. Um, Definitely. I mean, though it comes back to like that presence thing, know I don't think you can know what serves you, feeds you, makes you passionate, lights you up if you're not present. I mean, like, how would you have any sense of that if you're not feeling what you're feeling right now?
Exactly. So, for the people that are watching this show, what would you say are your tips for them to get present so that they can start enjoying the moment more and trusting the process more?
Well, it's like you said, it doesn't necessarily have to be yoga per se that gets you in your body, but I think that yoga taught me that. Like, pre yoga exercise for me was like headphones, like as many distractions as possible at the gym, like with they have like the TVs by like all the machines. So you can like
Yeah.
watch TV, listen to music, and be like doing the thing at the same time. So I would like have as many distractions as I could while I was doing the exercise, which really you don't actually get connected to your body because you're completely distracted. So yoga did teach me that. So I think though now any kind of physical activity I do because I have that awareness, I can get that same feeling from. But for me, it's having a consistent movement practice and also like breath or meditation. So that's like one of the reasons why yoga for me works the best is because the breath aspect is with it and it's sort of like a moving meditation. But I think just movement, getting in your body. So that would be one. Um, and then like, I don't know, I think gratitude, like I've talked about this before, but like I think gratitude for what you have and the way things are make it more enjoyable to be present because you're thankful for all those things versus wishing that they were different. So, yeah, I would say I think those are the two that come to mind for me. Just like getting in your body and then being grateful for what you have, not worrying so much about what you have not.
There you go. Yeah, and the two really are synonymous with each other, right? I feel like you'll have more gratitude if you're connected to your body more, and if you have more gratitude, you'll want to and be more connected to your body, and you'll enjoy the process more, which is sweet as well. I noticed the other day I was in the gym. I took the boys swimming, and we saw Nana's car outside the gym, and so the boys wanted to go upstairs and look for her, and she does like the elliptical and weights and stuff. So we walk up there and we're looking for her, and I'm just looking over the sea of people, and it was unreal to me how many people were on their cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
Even like just even people that are pumping weights were on their cell phone, either changing songs or I don't know what they're doing, like in between their
Texting,
reps. Yeah, some
probably.
of them, a
Yeah.
lot of people just standing around in there. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking, shit, I didn't really used to do all used to have all that. I used to just kind of get in and get my workout done and get out, and I feel like there's another aspect to it that we didn't really talk about either, is like you can get distracted from the present moment, obviously, when you're on your phone or around all these different distractions, but also it'll take like that much longer for you to do your workout because you're
Yeah, it's
like,
not as efficient.
yeah, right, like, I mean, oh my
Definitely.
goodness. Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome, Katie, cool.
Do you have anything to add? I mean, I said what mine are, but you didn't really.
As far as tips, I think
Yeah.
I agree with you. And get present in your body. The main thing for me, and I think it depends on a lot of people, but a main thing for me is to get connected to people. People draw out the best in me, even if they're people that I don't necessarily have a lot of respect for. If they've done something that I don't respect, there's somebody that I can learn from, like what I don't want to do, but like just being out and saying hello to people and waving at people and looking people in the eye and smiling and that kind of thing is a natural way for me to get present. And it makes me feel good, makes me feel a lot better than just staring at a computer screen or staring at my phone. And I feel like I actually like draw energy from other people. And my hope is that other people draw energy from me as well. So it, for me, it's like that. And for other people, and maybe you could speak to it, Katie, but it may be like, that reading a book or like taking the time for yourself to like just rejuvenate without having like extra tasks and whatnot could be a way to like heal and get present in that sense too. But for me,
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
like
I think
getting out.
it's just a personality difference. You're an extrovert, I'm an introvert. So I get what you're saying. I definitely enjoy like I enjoy being around people, but not to the same level that you are. Like I remember the other day we were at Home Depot getting the bark, and you're like, hey, so and so, da da da. Oh, have a great day, la la la. And I'm like, do you have to talk to everybody? But and because that's just not like random people, like strangers. That's
Yeah.
not how I operate. But I get that you like that feels good for you. So I understand. But like I do tease you because it's like it's funny to me in my personality. It's funny to me because I'm like, okay, I'll talk to like the cashier or whatever, but I'm not like saying hey and howdy to every random Joe that walks by, So,
Yeah, kind of like our kids, Owen and even
oh
Sawyer
yeah,
now. He's like Owen always has been like, "Hey, how are you? Hey, oh, hey, it's Phil, the
oh
neighbor,
yeah.
right? Oh, it's
I've
Nana.
got
Oh, it's
three of them
Papa."
now. I've got three that are like whenever I'm with you guys, it's like okay, I have to do more socializing than I want to, which maybe is good for me. But yeah, no, I get that totally. But and that's like a way that you get present is by interacting with folks. I get that.
Yeah,
All right. Well,
totally.
that's cool. Well, yeah, just everyone listening, thank you for joining in and listening to this Play Hard and Love Big radio episode on focusing on the process. This podcast is the official podcast of Spotted Yoga and Sup in Folsom, California. And Nick and I are so happy to be able to share, yeah, just our thoughts and have guests that have thoughts or things to share that we think are valuable with you. So we hope that you listen again. Have a great day.
See ya.